Hello! Today I'm going to do a quicker review than normal of the Giro Terraduro mountain bike shoes for cycling. I normally wait a lot longer before I do a review of something just to make sure I get a really good feel for it, but I am having to return these because of fit and other issues. So I'm just going to be doing this quickly before I turn them back. So essentially, these are good shoes overall from what I experienced. The tread is nice and grippy and is recessed enough so that you don't have, so when you're walking with cleats on your shoes, you don't hear too much grinding of them. Hear a little bit, but not too much. The sole material is very solid and doesn't move very much the whole way through, but oddly enough, these shoes don't feel as stiff as walking as you would imagine from how stiff they feel pedaling. The closure mechanism is 3 Velcro straps on top with, there goes my cat knocking over stuff. And although this bottom closure right here, I would say, is sort of more appearance than useful. This middle one is sort of what does, these top 2 are really what do the bulk of the work, with Velcro and a ratcheting system that lets you pull up on this little lever in order to tighten up. And just click this button to loosen up. So that's the overall just impressions. The challenges with these shoes is, one, like a lot of cycling shoes has the problem of, and there's the culprit knocking over stuff. Like a lot of cycling shoes have the problem of, these are pretty narrow if you don't have narrow cyclist feet. And I've got 10.5 wide feet. I sized up on these shoes to a 46 after trying a 45 at first, and even the 46 was such where on the outside, on a 4.5, 5 hour ride, the outer edge of my foot ended up sort of getting achy and numb, and later in that week when I was riding, it was hurting the same way. So unfortunately, with that in mind, I wasn't able to keep holding on to these, especially since I'd done it twice already. And on top of that, a second issue that I couldn't get to stop happening, about halfway through my ride, it became really noticeable that the tongue was dragging downward and bunching up against against my foot, against the top of my foot, leading to sort of, it was uncomfortable and not a real problem yet, but considering how I like to do like all-day rides pretty frequently, something like that really is a problem in the long term, especially because I think I probably loosened all the buckles and pulled up the tongue and tightened everything back down a half dozen times, both altogether on and off the bike, and still didn't end up getting it to where I wanted it to be. If it wasn't for that, I might actually try to make a go of these at another size up, because while they're still too skinny for how they are, not as long from my foot as I would expect for being a size up from what I would normally take. So I would say, if you're getting these shoes, do a test ride on whatever distances you generally do, just to make sure that the tongue issue doesn't happen to you. Maybe that was because of me, because of the fit. But elsewhere, I saw good reviews of these, and that's why I gave them a shot. And unfortunately, not all shots work out. So for that, I hope this has been useful for you, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye. Let's get up, girl.